Throughout human history, some individuals have always sought to control others and bend them to their will. Coercion can take many forms: violence, threats, laws. But today's topic goes deeper. Is it possible to influence a person's thoughts and actions without their knowledge? These are 10 fascinating facts about mind control. Could someone be manipulated into changing their political beliefs or doing something against their core values, like carrying out an assassination or planting a bomb on a plane? This question intrigued many researchers, especially during the early Cold War. All major powers, including the USSR, China, and the US, were conducting mind control experiments. Unlike their counterparts, the US eventually declassified some of its programs. After the Korean War ended in 1953, strange behavior among returning American POWs raised concerns. Some prisoners began promoting communism, praising leaders like Stalin and Kim Il-sung. The US military suspected brainwashing techniques had been used by communist forces. Some prisoners even confessed, without torture, to crimes like using biological weapons, which hadn't actually happened. These revelations prompted CIA Director Allen Dulles to initiate a secret program, MK-Ultra. The project aimed to explore methods for manipulating the human mind. Researchers tested drugs that could force confessions or erase memories. They sought substances to humiliate political opponents during speeches or help spies endure torture. They even looked for chemicals that could induce euphoria, paralysis, or erase ambition. Hypnosis and suggestion techniques were also explored, often through unethical experiments. The most promising substance for the CIA was LSD. It had no taste or smell and could be absorbed through the skin. Experiments involved prisoners, psychiatric patients, and even unwitting CIA employees. Agents secretly dosed each other to observe behavior in real-life scenarios. In one case, a CIA officer had a psychotic break after being drugged with LSD in his coffee. Another agent, also unknowingly drugged, died after jumping out of a hotel window. MK-Ultra also included brothels set up by the CIA, where clients were unknowingly dosed and observed. In nightclubs, undercover agents studied social behavior of drugged individuals. Volunteers, often college students, were paid to take LSD or mescaline and report their experiences. One volunteer was Ken Kesey, author of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, who became a vocal psychedelic advocate. Poet Allen Ginsberg also credited LSD experiments with inspiring his creativity. But drugs weren't the only method tested in MK-Ultra. In Canada, psychiatrist Donald Cameron conducted disturbing experiments under CIA sponsorship. Patients with depression or schizophrenia were unknowingly subjected to his trials. Some were kept in drug-induced comas for weeks while listening to repeated voice recordings. They were also given electroshock therapy, sometimes while awake. Patients ranged from teens to the elderly. Witnesses later described hospitals filled with confused, disoriented individuals. Many lost the ability to speak, walk, or care for themselves and never fully recovered. MK-Ultra was officially shut down in 1973, having failed to produce reliable mind control techniques. CIA Director Richard Helms ordered most documents destroyed, but one box containing over 20,000 financial records survived. These files led to lawsuits from victims who had unknowingly taken part in the project. Many were compensated, though some legal battles continue to this day. Eventually, President Gerald Ford and CIA leadership issued a formal apology. This scandal led to reforms banning similar experiments in the future. Other countries, like the USSR and North Korea, conducted similar studies, but those records remain classified. In spy movies, you might see someone injected with a drug that makes them confess everything. This so-called truth serum was once considered real. Amobarbital and sodium thiopental were the most widely tested substances. While they relaxed subjects and encouraged talking, the information was often unreliable. Some confessed to crimes they never committed, simply telling interrogators what they wanted to hear. In the USSR, sodium thiopental was secretly mixed into drinks during interrogations, but its use has been discontinued in most developed nations due to ethical concerns and legal limitations. U.S. courts, for instance, reject any confession made under the influence of psychoactive substances. So, truth serum is more myth than reality. Ironically, alcohol is often more effective in getting someone to talk, given the right atmosphere. In MK Ultra, LSD was also tested as a potential truth serum, but it failed to deliver the desired results. Another common myth involves pheromones, marketed as powerful chemicals that boost sexual attraction. Many perfumes claim to contain synthetic pheromones that make wearers irresistible. In reality, this is pseudoscience. Pheromones in animals are well documented. They influence behavior and mating, but humans appear not to have functioning sexual pheromones. Research has yet to identify any that measurably increase attractiveness. Still, belief in such products can boost confidence, acting as a placebo. Ongoing studies continue, but progress is slow, partly due to the invasive sampling needed. Ironically, parasites are far more successful at mind control than humans. One such parasite, the horsehair worm, alters cricket behavior to make them drown themselves. Fungi like cordyceps infect ants, compelling them to climb and die in elevated spots so the fungus can spread. The rabies virus affects brain function, making animals aggressive and foaming at the mouth. It's a survival tactic. More bites mean more hosts. Another parasite alters mouse brains to make them attracted to cats, ensuring they're eaten so the parasite can reproduce. Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation that can make someone doubt their sanity. The term comes from the 1944 film Gaslight, where a husband manipulates his wife into thinking she's losing her mind. By subtly changing the environment and denying it, he undermines her sense of reality. Gaslighting can happen in families, relationships, or workplaces, and often causes long-term emotional damage. While we associate our thoughts and emotions with the brain, gut bacteria also play a surprising role. Newborns are sterile until exposed to bacteria during childbirth. Certain bacteria are linked to food cravings and even mental health. In studies, mice raised without gut bacteria showed abnormal behavior and high stress. Mice injected with bacteria from depressed humans displayed similar depressive symptoms. While it's unethical to conduct such experiments on humans, scientists believe gut microbes influence our behavior. These microbes release chemicals that may affect mood, habits, and decision-making. In late Soviet-era television, a healer named Anatoly Kasparovsky gained fame for claiming to cure people through the screen. He also claimed to knock people down with a wave of his hand using energy manipulation. In the U.S., televangelist Benny Hinn performed similar stunts, attributing them to divine power. In both cases, the effect is psychological. People fall because they expect to, not due to supernatural force. Stage assistants often pick the most suggestible audience members. These miracles never work on skeptical individuals in controlled experiments. Cult recruiters are masters of mind control, using emotional vulnerability to lure people in. They often target individuals going through crises like divorce, loss, or relocation. The approach is friendly at first, an invitation to a meeting or a simple conversation. Extreme beliefs are hidden until the person is emotionally invested. Cults shower newcomers with love and attention to create a sense of belonging. Gradually, they isolate recruits from friends and family. They instill the idea that the outside world is dangerous and only the group is safe. Tasks and activities keep members busy and dependent on the group. If someone resists or fails to contribute financially, guilt and shame are used to pressure them. Those born into cults have it even harder. They know nothing else. Most cults have strict hierarchies, and only the most loyal followers are told the most bizarre beliefs. This secrecy makes them feel special and less likely to leave or expose the group. Thanks for watching this video until the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope to see you again soon.